You just gotta do it, man. Assalamu alaikum. This is your brother Mohammad Arshad, and I just wanted to share something really important with you. Look, there's so many brothers and sisters who come to me and ask me advice about starting a business. But you know, the problem is not what business to do, the problem is taking action. So many people, they get paralyzed when it's time to actually take action, right? In the thinking, in the research, all this stuff, they're fine, it's good. But when it comes to actually taking the action, they fall. And this is very normal. You know, one of the first business I did online was selling products on Amazon. Alhamdulillah, I was so lucky, so fortunate, so blessed by Allah that it became hugely successful, alhamdulillah. Now, one of the hardest things was choosing which product to go for, because you're kind of like, should I do this one, should I do this one? There's so much choice, and even when you're kind of sure which one to do, you still don't choose, and this paralysis actually affects your success overall. So it's really important that when it comes down to it, you realize that taking the action is more important than making the right decision. Now, this may sound a bit silly, because you're like, what do you mean? You're saying that even if I have to make a wrong decision, I should do that? I'm like, yes. Why? Because business is not like you're going to become successful overnight. It's not like, oh yeah, one hit wonders. Sometimes you have to go through it. You have to fail and you have to learn. Imagine like you're riding a bike, right? And you're like, okay, I'm going to ride the bike. You do all the theory of the bike, but you don't get on the bike. This is what happens with a lot of people. And sometimes when people do get on the bike, they get on the bike and do silly things. Like, for example, I haven't even chosen what kind of products I'm going to sell, and I start making a website. So it's critically important that you take action and you do the right action. Now imagine you're on the bike and you're trying to learn how to ride a bike, but the first time you fall, you're like, oh, I'm quitting, forget it, I can't do this. You never ever learn to ride a bike. Forget about doing anything else. So my big tip for you today is take action. Remember, taking action is more important than taking the right action. Why? Because you will be paralyzed. If you're going to take the right action, of course think about it, of course go out there and do it, but say Bismillah, go out there, take action, and leave the results to Allah.